Hello everyone, and welcome back to our playthrough of Pathologic 3. Oh boy, did I miss this game for sure. So, in the last episode, I guess you could call it, in the last episode Daniil discovered time powers, utilizing the various clocks that have been placed and built by one of the main residents of the town. Daniil finds himself utilizing a specific type of life essence in order to transport himself throughout the timeline. Perhaps with this newfound ability, he can undo a lot of the mistakes he had made in the previous day, and be able to save the town and hopefully discover more about Simon, the mysterious, almost immortal man. In more recent news, apparently there is a sand plague that is starting to manifest itself, or at least by the fifth day, or the third day, has already manifested. And there seems to be a, sort of vaccine that's being distributed at the moment, but word's still out on whether or not it's actually, helping or hurting the entire populace. So, with that done, we'll go ahead and rejoin good old Dr. Daniel as we try to get to the bottom of the sand plague. Now, let me just remind myself what our major aspects are. So we are here on the third day, and we need to go, we need to find Vlad Jr. and see about this homegrown medicine for the sand pest plague. Again, a little bit terrifying that, again, there was no actual clinical trials that were conducted in order to make sure that it was safe for distribution, or that it had any efficacy. Always super important. Alright, let's take a quick look at our map and see. Oh, we are right here. Oh, Vlad Jr. Let's see. Was I just in the building that I needed to get into? We'll cut this out in post. It's fine. We just need to get in here. Great. I need to find out. Yes. Great. Ah, yes. This looks familiar. We seem to be in, I believe, is this the cemetery? Where is this? No, the factory systems, where Vlad Jr. seems to be distributing this makeshift vaccine. We're going to go confront him and probably, oh wait, no. What? No. What? No. What? No. Oh, we've already been here. I'm sorry. Do I have any... Oh, I can loot this? Yeah, of course. Thank you. Alright, hold on. Let me go back to the Renegade Architect and see if he can glean any more information.
Hero from the front. But what about the other end? Okay. Bend over.
Thank you. Well, this is a little bit too intimate to discuss right now. No, we've actually had this conversation last time that we spoke, so I'm just going to take a bit... I'm going to take a bit of an expedited review. Yep, that's my laboratory. Yes, flying high. It makes the fall that much more painful. Quite. Yes, let's be short. You see, you and I are just not fellow students, we're fellow sufferers. Yep. Okay. It's not... Okay, it's not over for Thanatica. Let's see what comes out on top. The overflow went over my heart, the broken one. How do you like the ambulance? How about my dancing girl? This capacity works for you, if you don't mind me asking. Sure, she dances. It's hardly work for her like. It's the lifestyle, or the herbs yet. Yes, and fantastic liquor. Yes, we've done this! Okay. So, it's small talk. Let's get back to business. Small talk when they survived. I don't think she's showing signs of the plague, but I give her the... she has a difference infectious disease, potentially contagious. Wait, you say Gulan? Yes. Yep, and boyfriend. Again, I'm not sure why this didn't carry over from our last playthrough. I distinctly remember having this conversation with Andriy Stamatin, the Renegade Architect. Okay, but yes, and I start talking crazy, rambling, because I definitely did speak to the bandit, the bandit on day 1 who told me about his Gulan who died, so it just seems that the disease... so the current assumption is that the disease that Kulan currently has somehow is preventing the Sand Plague from fully taking her at this time. Don't let her just... yes, that's good. Okay. Okay, they should... yes, I'd like a sample of the dead rule. Let's take a... right, so we go back. We analyze you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm way too manic. Give me a minute while I just go ahead and drink down some sweet, sweet morphine. Absolutely delicious. Great, that makes me a little bit more approachable. Okay, yes, but I already diagnosed you. Yes, what? Alright, so I did diagnose you, so let's go back to... Yes, now I remember specifically that I need to go ahead and go back to the town hall and tell everyone that that vaccine that is being created and distributed by Vlad Jr. may not be as efficacious as anticipated, and I'm going to shove everybody's very pretentious nose in it, as it is potentially fatal. Where am I headed? I will be going... I can go this way. Can I? Can I? I have no idea. I need to calm down.
Like a gunshot.
Is there anything I can look at that'll make me just depressed? That's incredibly useful for me right now. It is getting very late. Did I waste a lot of time with this? Hold on, let me see. Where am I now? I feel like... Oh my gosh, Oh, okay, alright. That's we're gonna ignore this. Again, in post, we're gonna ignore the fact that I may not know how to read a map. And you know what? That's... Right, this is the district. So I could go south, but I don't want to go through the dangerous district. I just want to go... Okay, wait, yes, this is fine, and then I go through here. Yes!
I'd rather not
Yes,
hear
we're
this.
learning. Yep. Okay, this is fine. We go this way. I wonder if I could just... that is the fastest way, isn't it? Alright, we go for it. Let's give her a shot. I have to go through a dangerous district, what with the looters and such. Hi, all. Hello, everybody. It's just lovely to see you. Yep, great. Go away, please. Wait, where am I going? Am I following the train tracks? Yes, I'm following the train tracks up until a point, and then going this way. Yep. Hello, sorry. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit, this mania is causing me a bit of pain, so I'm just gonna slurp down some chamomile, or calomel. Oh my hecking... There we go. That's what we use. We use the escape key. Is this right? It is right. Okay, great. Excuse me. Yep. Yep. Everyone's very upset and sad. Don't you even look at me. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Sorry, I'm very... What the... Get out of the way. Out of the way. I'm right here. I do not need you to give me this grief. Oh, we just made it right through the quarantine district. You're gonna rile me up, but, oh, you're gonna calm me down. Right? Yes. Yes. I would like a little bit of calm. Just a tad.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Misophonia? The sound, like the being upset by the sound of people eating? Wait a minute, wait, we did have this conversation! This game is listening to me! And that's terrifying. Alright, we need to go to the town hall. Nope, this isn't even remotely it. Again, we're learning how to read a map. I'm a good doctor, alright? I think, listen, I know the map of the human body better than I know how to... The point is I get lost a lot on my way to surgeries. I have caused a lot of accidental deaths. Okay, yes, so we return back to the town hall, we report my findings, and it turns out that I have a competing quote-unquote physician who is... I don't want to talk to you. Who may be doing more harm than good. Is that you? Are you... Wait, yes, so you're the mayor, you're the son, you're the guy that hates me. Are you Are you Vlad Jr.? No, you're the Haruspecs. Artemy Burak. Cub Ripper. This man seemed to have as many names as people who knew him. He was a local healer, or a menku, a surgeon, a half-blood, a killer. Not liked, but respected. He's just straight up holding a human heart. Maybe there's a reason why people don't like you. That usually sets people off. Sorry. He completely failed to understand what truly made his hometown so fascinating. We were like two people walking the same street from opposite ends.
You don't know what you've got until it's gone.
Well, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? I mean, we paved paradise. At first, I thought that they refurnished the town hall. Then I realized the furniture is the same, but it's the smell that's changed. A new person. Have I got some special scent? Every person has a special scent, M. Shen. You are no exception. That's why I use Old Spice to disguise myself from people who can smell me. And also because apparently it's hygienic. I will probably regret asking, but what is it I smell of? Your clothes smell of soot and grime. Those who live in the capital and have only come off the train always smell like that. As for your flesh, you're not drinking enough water. Your body is dehydrated. That makes you smell of pond scum? What? Your system is telling you it needs water, but it looks like you're not listening to it. Okay, alright. I have several questions. Alright, so not drinking enough water obviously dehydrates you, and dehydration smells like pond scum, which is something that is typically filled with hydration, considering that it formulates on... I don't know, man. You know what? I do like the word quackery. We're going with this one. Honestly, this sounds like quackery, or bordering on that. Not everything beyond your skill or understanding is quackery. Father always used to know who was going to knock on our door before it happened. People thought it was some sort of magic, but it was the smell of their dirty, disease-ridden bodies. The very bodies he worked with, day in and day out. Okay. A most peculiar gift, and one more useful for a hunter than a doctor. Depends on how you look at it. A disease, M. Shen, often does manifest as a smell, especially if it's somewhere deep in the organs. Okay, let's not be too pretentious, Daniel. To be honest, I can't see how one would grow up in this town and still smell anything at all. Besides sweat, that is. I haven't spent my whole life here, you know. I've been studying medicine. Just returned a few days ago. Oh, of course, you're an educated person. Artemy Barak, the man of two worlds. It's phenomenal how those shamanistic practices coexist with medical knowledge in your head. It might just be what you lack, M. Shen. You're a stranger here, and it's limiting your opinions a lot. I could help you. Well, I mean... I wouldn't say no to an extra doctor, but your, step practices might be a problem, I'm afraid. The patients won't be pleased if you sniff them from head to toe like some sleuth. What sleuth? Unless it's Sherlock Bones, from the Wishbone series that might be detecting crime based on smelling them from head to toe. By the way, you're welcome for that incredibly topical reference. I love the Wishbone series, by the way. Sorry, just to go into it, it was a show about a beagle that essentially recreated famous novels in order to promote reading. It was great. I loved it. Looks like you're so impressed with my sense of smell, M. Shen, that you're going to joke about it for the rest of the day. Joke all you want, then. But keep in mind, I'm a local, and I'm allowed to cut open bodies. You're not. What are you going to do about that? Well, you have a point there. Haven't thought of that. We will indeed need to dissect bodies, but what's in it for you? My town is dying before my eyes. My father is dead already. I cannot just stand idly by. That's noble, but I must warn you, if we fail, and fail we shall, Jesus, Daniel, try to have at least even a modicum of optimism. It's just a matter of the number of victims. Then we'll be on trial, you as my accomplice. Are you ready for that? I am. I like your attitude. Alright, so we at least got one person on our side. The Haruspeks. I'm told that I've been sought after by a local butcher? He wants to talk. He looks very out of place in the town hall. Me and Barak agreed to help each other in fighting the sand pest. I could find a use for his hands. That was mildly suggestive. I could find a use for it. Anyway, hello, Saburov.
It was a productive night.
Denkovsky, you're back. That means I've won. Won what? And from whom? My assistant was certain you tried to flee the town. We even made a wager, but you came back, which means my assistant owes me. Okay, enough with the Latin. Come on, no one is impressed. I swear, if somebody actually did that in front of me, no. You know what? Let's not be too cruel. It is just a very bit cringeworthy. There we go. Let's be cheeky. How about we split the pot? I'm a generous man. I'll only take half. If you save this town, I'll give you all the winnings, fair and square. For now, I'll keep them. I thought Olgimsky was the chief businessman of this town, but now you've revealed yourself to be no slouch at all. Enough with the jokes. You examined the dancer, right? What's your diagnosis? I did examine her. Let me be frank. That vaccine won't protect anyone. The subject has the plague. I suspected as much, but hoped that... Are you certain, Dankovsky? The medical term is intercurrent disease. One illness can slow down the progression of another. The dancer is ill with more than just the sand fever. That's why she's still alive. Alas, her days are numbered. No, every single... It's always important to know that when you're actually looking at electronic medical records, how many times you actually have to use the word alas. I swear, it's a lie. I see. Listen, Dankovsky, I'd like you to take charge of the Epidemic Emergency Command. It will give you the authority to issue decrees on quarantine measures, on supply logistics, on anything else upon which our salvation depends. Perfect. I'm tired of seeing the results of other people's decisions. We need a doctor who's ready to make decisions, like Isidore Barak did 5 years ago. But first, we need to inform Vlad the Younger of his dismissal. He should hand everything over to you. Tell him it's my personal order. I want to even look at no. I prefer not to waste any time, but the handover is necessary. You're right. Make no delay. We'll still need to reorganize the emergency command's operations. Tell me, what will you need to start off, Dankovsky? Well, I need to set up a hospital. I need a space. I need people. Orderlies, I mean, not patients. I need patients too, but there won't be any shortage of those. We'll provide you with the orderlies. You'll just have volunteers starting today. Finding a space will be trickier. Not just any building will do, will it? Well, something spacious with plumbing, or at least access to clean water, ideally with windows for ventilation. There's a list of places I can think of. The cathedral, the theater, the cemetery, and the polyhedron. All of them are large and can fit many people, though they were built for other purposes. You should visit them yourself and see if any will serve. Alright, I've had a glance at some of these, but I wasn't really paying attention, and I need to make my choice as soon as possible. Come back to the town hall when you've made your mind. We'll work out the remaining details, equipment, operating procedure. In the meantime, I'll look for some work hands. The decision maker shouldn't have to have everything... Nailed that line. The decision maker shouldn't have to see everything The decision maker shouldn't have to see to everything personally. No need to spread yourself too thin. Well, more hands means less work. That's okay. Yes, thank you for your cooperation, Saburov. Alright. Let's get going. Oh god, the town is doomed. You know, alright, here we go. So, Glass Tower. Saburov considers the polyhedron as a suitable location for the hospital. Even if it's not, it's worth taking a look up at it close. And then we have Saburov's assignment. Has tasked me with finding a suitable building for the hospital. So we are looking for the polyhedron. Test subject. Andri no longer has the vaccine. The vaccine? What? The dancer is being isolated. It appears that Stomatin is no longer in imminent danger. Good for you, bud. In the meantime, I guess we're going to go straight to the polyhedron, but where exactly can I find Vlad the Younger? I'm pretty sure it'll show up on my map. Oh, there it is. Okay, yep, the Severov's assignment, and then we have, what is this? Glass Tower. Yes, the polyhedron. So what do you have? Stone Yard Landmark. What kind of services are held at the cathedral? And paved with good intentions. Vlad the Younger decided to save the town with some suspicious remedy from the steppe people. I need to talk to him immediately before all hell breaks loose. And then, O Sancta Simplicitas. The authorities in the town hall should be informed that Vlad... I already done that. Okay, so then we go and find ourselves a little Babby Vlad. Where are you, Babby Vlad? For the possible locations for the hospital. What really is the glass tower? One of the possible locations of the... And then, right, but I don't care about any of these. I want to find Vladimir the Younger. All decision making... Okay. Alright, so before I actually leave, let me see if I can... No? Okay. Oh, hello.
You want to have the upper hand, and you need to get your foot in the door. But your head... I'm not quite sure what to do about your head.
Thanks, Vlad. Hello, Dankovsky. I've been expecting you. I've heard rumors you disapprove of the vaccination methods we've been forced to use. Let me say in my own defense, however imperfect, it's better than nothing. Jesus Christ. I have. Your father in the town hall was boasting about it. Where does the vaccination of yours come from? You see, I've had reason to study the kin's way of life. That is, our workers, whom my father unjustly considers subhuman. It's not true. During the first outbreak, they fabricated a makeshift remedy for the sand pest. And now, I've taken it upon myself to issue a vaccination decree. 20, 30, 40, 50, what? Tell me, Vlad, do you have a medical education? This isn't rhetorical. Please answer the question. Where did you study to be a doctor? I didn't. Okay. Okay, so... I mean, honestly, this is how I feel. Then why the hell are you making these decisions? Do you want to try your hand at surgery next? An autopsy, perhaps? A state of emergency doesn't give you carte blanche to insult me. Restrain yourself. Do you think I'd issued the decree if I didn't know the vaccine works? The testing took place. In the termitary. You wouldn't be allowed inside as my father is. Let's say, touchy about that. But there's Stamatin's pub as well. You can check there. I've already checked. And so? The dancer is still alive because a different illness is slowing down the Sans Pest progression. She has a day left, no more. Truly? That's worrying. I've been checking on Coulon every couple of hours, and they keep telling me she's fine. Does this mean the vaccination decree has to be revoked? We sent a copy to the Stillwater for you. Burn it in the fireplace. That's... Okay, I'll have to replace your decree with something more sensible, but I'll keep the written order. A memento of my acquaintance with you, with your remarkable town. You may have trouble believing it, but I'm glad, actually. Glad that a doctor will be leading the fight against the epidemic. I only accepted this position because others were afraid of making mistakes. I hope we don't part as enemies. We'll likely have to work together in the future. We'll see. Return to the Stillwater, and I'll arrange to move the emergency command there immediately. You'll be assigned a personal secretary to help with the paperwork. He'll explain all the details. From now on, your decrees will decide the fate of the town. Congratulations, Dankovsky, and my condolences. Well, you did do what you could, which was brave, and like all acts of bravery, it was risky. This is true. I will always... Gee, wow, that really stressed me out. I'm sorry. I just need to take a quick little bit of nothing. Literally nothing. I'm not prepared for this scenario. I'm just going to slowly die. Wait, you're the undead woman. Aren't you? Okay, hold on. Before I actually, I guess, have a heart attack, literally. Let me open this up. This is the cells. I am so fast. Mania is a beautiful thing. Do you think this is the secret to Sonic? Sonic is just like, you know, despite the mask of, you know, his impertinent behavior, he's just panicking literally all the time. One of the possible locations for the house. I do want to check out the polyhedron. So what we're going to do... What? Everything I need to mention will be delivered here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to check out this area. I don't really want to waste a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is... I am probably going to end up wasting a lot of time. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to do my original thought, which is to come down to the western side of the town and explore all of these options, and then head over to the east to see if I still have enough time to check out the polyhedron. So we're going southerly. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I am genuinely terrified now that I have some sort of command about the quarantine zones and everything like that. I really hope that its first recommendation is just like softballing it, which is just like, you've issued a decree to tell the townspeople to stop coughing on each other. It's like, okay, that's a simple one. You know, I don't feel like I don't feel like that's going to like cause too much backlash. I mean, I say that, but at the same time, you know, I don't know. Again, it's hard for me to, you know, separate the reality from the circumstance. Sorry, I just need to stare at you. Dullness and gloom, I'm seeing tombstones. Stankovsky, you are such... Yes, okay, great. Do we have another blue thing? Yes, we do. I'm sorry, I need to go get it. Because my mania is giving me a literal heart attack. Let's go play with some swings. Push.
Boiling, cracking, screeching.
Uh-huh, and one more. Alright, I'm a little bit slower, but I'm also a little bit less dead. Which I think is good, because while being slow is bad, I would argue that being dead is the slowest of all. So, yep, this building right here. What is this place? Saburov considers the polyhedron. This is the location for the hospital. Even if it's not... Even if it's not... What? Even if it's not worth taking a look at up close. You know what? Dang it. This is a stupid idea. I am curious about the polyhedron. Oh wait, the polyhedron's over here. So what the hell is this? Something to follow about later. Okay, let's take a look here. This is the theater, isn't it? Yes, I believe it is. Alright, let's take a look. Hello, everybody. It's kind of depressing. What was... Cats playing? Susicle? Alright, what do we have? Hello. Actor types. Mark Immortel. I've already met Mark. Oh, look at you, directing to people. Mark Immortel, impresario, director of the local theater. All the world's a stage, and so on and so forth. Clearly a man as educated as he is jaded by his own intellect, prone to perceiving reality on too many levels. I don't think he said a single word to me in seriousness.
I wouldn't want to find myself in your shoes, but you seem to like them quite a lot.
What an honor to have such a distinguished guest at our rehearsal. Or do you count as a participant already? How can I help you, Denkovsky? You know what? Let's be coy. Mark does seem to be like a little bit playful chap. Let's be playful back. I didn't read that. I apologize. So I understand you're intent on opening a hospital as soon as possible? Well, to be honest, well, no, actually, without a hospital, we're as good as dead. So says both common sense and my, let's call them prophetic visions. I suppose there is a kind of poetry in an opera house becoming an operating theater? But why on earth would I agree to this? Imagine the immersive performances. Spectators lying in cots instead of sitting in chairs while Death herself stalks between the rows, rolling the dice to find her newest players. It sounds enticing. But it also betrays what an amateur you are. People come to the theater for fantasy, Dankovsky, to be safe in make-believe. The audience only loves death when it can't hurt them. And if the blood that soaks the stage is real, then who will come here at all? But if today there's no hospital, tomorrow there's no crowd. Make an investment in your audience. If they don't rest here, they'll rest in a grave. And then who's all this for? The angel that presided o'er my birth said, "Little creature, formed of joy and mirth, go love without the help of anything on earth." Okay. I guess we'll quote back. Wide flew the crowded gates of theaters, and a pale, frightful audience with their souls looking in perturbation as though the glare of convulsive laughter sat and shouted. What else can I say? When even the prompter has frozen in silence. Ah, to hell with it, Dankovsky. Go on, open your hospital. Welcome to the stage. Well, it's not my hospital, it's ours. Oh, wait, did I just automatically choose? The hospital will be established in the theater. I need to report this to the town hall. Well, I've made my choice, I guess. Yeah, I'm still going to the polyhedron.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hello, bird person. How can I help you? You. Have I heard it right? You've ordered the theater closed, leaving our troupe with nary a hope for sustenance, and the good people of this town bereft of our performances. Well, I mean, if you have a more suitable place for a hospital in mind, I'm all ears. The cathedral, the cemetery, or even the polyhedron. Are there not enough spacious buildings in the town for you? And yet you chose to come to the theater instead. What kind of town is this? Every passerby knows how things should be done better than I do. Listen, what's that costume you're wearing? A prop like any other, used for performances. You don't think we walk around like this in our everyday lives, do you? The fabric has a dense weave, the beak can protect the respiratory tract, and how many do you have, the costumes? It's not a beak, it's a claw. Consider it a pointing finger, and we have enough of them for a crowd scene. Well, excellent. That's exactly the kind of scene I need. We'll use these costumes for protection against the plague. It wasn't enough for you to take our theater. Now you're taking our props, too? I'm sorry, but sewing protective clothing from scratch takes time that we don't have. We need to make do with what's already in town. Alright, it feels like I already made my decision about the hospital. I really hope that's not the case. I haven't even begun to explore my other options. I was just following dialogue trees. But still, I mean, I am a sucker for the theater. What with all the references I done make. Alright, so let's check out the other areas. Wait a minute, it's the 23rd hour. Does that mean this is going to spill onto day 4 before I even know it? Alright, let's go travel to... Please don't tell me I have to be... Yep. Dang it. Alright. Wait. Before we get started, I need to put... Yes, very good. I need to have this on my thing, and then...
Quite the imagination.
Do I go through here? Yes, I do. Is she here? Is that the Shabnak? No, my screen would have flickered. Just in case. That's you, isn't it? I thought I saw you. We move on. Listen, Shabby. Can I call you Shabby? I really don't like... Oh, no, I'll just take it. I'll just take it. Thank you. Yep, she's here. Gosh dang it. Yep. You're near me, aren't you? Okay, I'm free. Okay, she seems to have let me go in peace. Alright. Alright, I'll just dispel this because this is gonna take way too long. I'm already running low on time as it is. Oh, one of the mechanics that it says is just like there are flowers that, I should stop using this. I should just take this. That, if I follow the sounds, I'm able to find the flower, like a flower that is bloomed on the cursed ground. And that should help me with my studies. The only issue is that, I'm terrified. Because old Shabby really does, you know, kick my head in. Alright, let's go back to the Stillwater. Just to see what's up and check on Eva. See how she's doing. Alright, what do we got? Honey, I'm home! You would not believe the day I've had. Can you believe that... Honey, where... There you are. Hello. Well, I've already talked to you enough today, I suppose. What happened to our relationship, Eva? You used to say such weird and whimsical things. Oh, hello. Heron, pedantic secretary. The Olgimskis forced his assistant on me. He received visitors, handled the paperwork, and, of all things in the Stillwater, loved the inkwell the most. That's... Well, I mean, you know, I've seen people with, what's the term? Not filigree. You know, I've actually seen people use, like, the old-school inkwells and, like, the specialized type of pen nibs. And it is incredibly gorgeous. I don't know what it's called. Still very pretty. So, Heron, at least I see your point there. At first, it didn't occur to me what his true role really was. Well, he's obviously either spying or undermining me if the Olgimskis hired him. Good old Papa Vlad made it abundantly clear that he straight up does not like us. I was told you've taken it upon yourself to rule the town and save us from disaster. Let's assume that's true. Buos assigned me to help you, in an organizational sense, so to speak. What are your orders? Sorry, I already know who Buos is. There's no touching before. First off, I need to get to the picture. Okay. Okay, first off, I need to get the big picture. How many days we have left, the condition of the town. Duly noted. Would you mind giving me a general strategic overview of your administrative approach before moving on to specific orders? Strategic? Yes, do you, yes, do you have a concrete plan of action? We have precious little time. The town appears to have only 2 or 3 days remaining. Beyond that, it will become a hecatomb. I assume that's one Hecate-sized tomb. I'm sorry. But I feel like that's not actually a bad guess. Note to self, read up on that word later. Which means we must bargain with death for more time. Another day, then another, then 2 more. In other words, you currently have no concrete plan of action. You intend to improvise and edit your decrees on the fly? Correct. The situation will change daily, perhaps hourly. The emergency command must adapt. Infection isn't the only threat facing the town. Panic is equally dangerous. The public is illiterate and fears restrictions. If our medical measures are too draconian, they'll put our heads on spikes. You're speaking like someone who has experience dealing with emergencies. Is that the case? I've seen how students behave during a riot. The most intelligent people lose their minds in the face of death. Sometimes they work against their own interests. That was a different circumstance, though. So we have 2 epidemics. One plague and one of fear. I have written that down. Well said. We must balance this seesaw. At times, we'll need to lift quarantine measures to prevent unrest. At other times, we might need to distract people or amuse them. We must find a way to suppress discontent. Otherwise, the town will fall to flames rather than miasma. Distract them? We may find that there are multiple approaches to solving the same problem. What matters is balancing the levels of discontent and contagion that allow us to live to see another day. I'll draw ideas and inspiration from anything. I'll contemplate the decrees constantly, and I'll sign them right here, at this desk. And through this, you'll have full control over the town's condition. If only. Doubtlessly, events will transpire that influence both unrest and contagion. I must deal with the consequences. With any luck, I'll be able to clear the plague districts on my own. At least, I'll do my best. If it works, it will be an immense advantage. That's good, because the emergency command's resources are limited. Volunteers, equipment, fuel. I'll have to change the decrees often, adapting to the situation, offsetting one thing for another. You should be prepared for that. I've written all that down, and of this I assure you, while you hold power, your every word will be law. The law of heaven, not merely of earth. Any order will be fulfilled immediately. You won't have to worry about who fulfills them or how. Everything will run like clockwork. Well, that should be a good thing, but for some reason it sounds eerie. Anything else? Yes, right now I'm going to analyze the medication young Vlad has been injecting people with. It's dangerous on its own, but it might lead to other findings. And you'll send an orderly to the pub. I need samples of the dancer's blood. They'll know which one. Written down. Okay. I hereby grant you permission not to tell me every time you wrote something down. There you go. Okay, use the desk and remove the vaccination decree. Okay, so the emergency command desk, town management takes place at my desk. Alright, so this is where I actually start to play doctor, and this is where I am going to essentially freak out about how I'm going to get everyone killed. Where is the desk? Oh, is this see the past? No, I don't want to see the past quite yet. Review decrees. Okay. All right. Town died. Great. Forecast. If the town lives, I live. To ensure this, I must keep the contagion and the unrest within acceptable limits with decrees. Better yet, I must seek other ways as well. I was granted the authority to enact up to 3 decrees each day. The more I study the town, the more ways I will find to influence it. Alright, so right now we have variolation of the population. To immunize the townspeople with Olgimski's new remedy to combat the sand pest. I need to remove that. Okay, so what do we have here? Alright, so it looks like these are our resources. We have rations, we have equipment. I wonder what's removing our equipment. Fuel is fine, medicaments is fine, patrols are fine, and I have no more orderlies for the rest of the day. So what we're going to do is remove decree. Ideas for new decrees will appear if I carry out tasks for the locals. Alright, can I issue a decree? So it causes 0... Well, what's our current status? What do we have here? What's our... Contagion is high, and unrest is low. So we need to issue something that's going to reduce contagion. Wow, that reduces... Okay, so... We don't need to do it so immediately. It's day 3, and the town is going to die by day 6. This will require 10 patrolmen... No, yes. So I think this brief moment seems like a very good, easy thing to shoot off with. I think it'll be fine. We're going to be protected from Shabnak. Place frightening scarecrows in uninfected districts. Alright? So that should do it for now. This may buy us a little bit more time. Unrest is very low, but the contagion is high. Alright, so we'll leave it at that for now. We'll see how day 4 pans out, because if day 4 continues on, I may have to issue another decree to reduce contagion. Right? Is that decree is in place? Yes, it's been approved. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, with that done, we move on. Eva, I was made, you know, the medical general today. Are you proud of me? Also, put on some shoes. It smells like pond scum in here. And apparently, so do I. Wait, is this the reason why I smell like pond scum? Eva, get a skimmer. The butcher made fun of me today, and I feel very self-conscious about it. Hello, children. Hello, Heron. Goodbye, everyone. I have to go see a polyhedron. Alright. I think that might be it. Alright, so consequences. The enacted decrees have already affected the town. More threats mean more dangerous districts. That's perfectly fine. I can deal with the dangerous district. Ooh, I do want to see... So I do have a bunch of things I could probably shade the child. So I'm going to go a little bit more westerly. So I leave through the north. I'm good on my emotional feelings. But I do want to take a oh, is that my last? Ew. Dang, I could use a little bit more calomel. Okay, hopefully I do, because I do have a lot of things to trade the children, and I am going to be seeing a trader in this district. So let me go and do that first. It is absolutely gorgeous, this thing. Are these the Shabnak totems to make people scared? Alright, I want to go see the... Wait, where's the person I can trade with? Oh, there you are. Hello again. What do you have for me? You have a bullet, which I will need. I do want calomel, yes. What do you have here? Reagent. Okay, well, I don't think I have too much that I can... Okay, yeah, it's really not. Bullet, I'll give back to you. I do want the calomel. Reagent and herbal mixture. A sedative mildly increases apathy. Dang it! But I want the calomel. I need that more. Okay, fine. We'll hold off on that for now. Splits. Yeah. Let me. I think two. What are these? What are these? Nutshells. And how many? What is your value? 1. So we're gonna split stack a singular time, and that should be enough. Good. Even trade. Thank you. And what do you have here? Just regular old water? Oh, that might be useful. Alright, but I mostly need the calomel. Alright, so where are we going? Yes, the cathedral. And if I were a gambling doctor, I would have a lot more debt than just my medical bills. Alright, so... Oh, hello, cathedral caretaker. Greetings, Daniel. The cathedral is open to the public, but there are rules. 3 rules to be exact, and they're easy to remember. Sing no borrowed song, carry no earth, waste no time. What do you mean by waste no time? How do you... No, everybody knows me. It's a small town. I'm not worried about that. Well, I mean, in universe, I probably don't know you're the cathedral caretaker, but Daniel, it's the cathedral caretaker. I can answer that question for you. Yeah, what do you mean by waste no time? Worry about what? I suppose you know what time is. The cathedral produces it. It should be used wisely and with caution. What is it that you don't understand? Well, everything, to be honest. What do you mean the cathedral produces time? How does it produce it? Why don't you come inside? Give the lever a good tug. See for yourself. I thought a cathedral was just a large church, a house of prayer, not a time-producing factory. Praying in the cathedral is strictly forbidden. A prayer is essentially a borrowed song. Remember the first rule? No borrowed songs. What happens if I sing a borrowed song? Simple. You will be swept from the cathedral with this very broom, and will no longer be allowed to enter. Alright, but what's that about Earth? Why is carrying Earth into cathedral forbidden? The cathedral is an unearthly place, therefore no Earth shall penetrate it. See that broom? What do you think I need it for? I sweep all day, clearing out Earth and the singers of borrowed songs, along those who waste time. Understood. Meaning I don't understand any of it. I'll just be on my way. Okay. So, the penis mightier. I'm sorry. That is... Pen is mightier. Only stories told in full are included in the interrogation report. If a story is abandoned halfway, it must be retold from the beginning. I'm not sure I understand the gravity of what you just said to me. Okay, so I can't take Vlad's vaccine from the town and give nothing in return. First, I'll examine its composition in my lab. The glass tower, Stoneyard landmark. What type of services are held at the cathedral? What do we have here? Vlad's resignation. Ilgrim's suspended from the and then I have taken power. Decide how the time fights the epidemic. Bunch of nonsense. The eccentric caretaker babbles about mysterious properties and rules of the cathedral. I need to make sense of it myself. So it's saying no borrowed songs. Does that mean that everything I sing in there must be an original? But my large collection of show tunes. Alright, well, the caretaker said come in and give the good old lever a tug, so... Ooh. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad it happened. Does that mean the Court of Miracles? I experienced something at the cathedral, which I cannot find a rational explanation for. Now the caretaker's ravings don't seem so delusional. I need to question him again. That's fine. Anything else I can interact with? We have a clock here, and just in case, let me go see if Quasimodo's around. Okay, there's another lever, but I don't really need it because I think all of my time pie slices are full. Yep, still on my way. The world is cruel, the world is senseless, and it is only I... Wait, no, that's a borrowed song, dang it! I really wanted... I'm sorry. My favorite Disney movie is Hunchback of Notre Dame. It is genuinely, like, it's such a weird... Okay, it's just straight up locked. It is, like, it's such out of the wheelhouse because of Disney, because it's so interesting. The villain, yes, is the villain because he's a cruel and pious man, but essentially he is... Oh, I need to kick a trash can or something. Hi, I'll explain just a bit. Let me interrogate you again. Would you like care for some water? Most people are parched after a visit to the cathedral. Okay. A visit? More like a trip. What was that? You visited the cathedral, and the cathedral visited you. Drink some water. You'll feel better. My throat is dry. You're right about that. Why didn't you tell people why didn't you tell me what I was walking into? You should warn people. I could have had a heart attack. And spoil everything? Never. The visitor needs to experience it on their own. These are the rules. You didn't sing any borrowed songs inside, I hope. I got into a bit of a Disney thing, but I don't... Yeah, you know what? No, I didn't. Not that I had much chance to. You did well. Some people are so terrified they pray and call upon their gods. And that's singing borrowed songs. Strictly forbidden. Okay, I truly do not understand. How does it do that? Odd. It literally just showed you how it does that. Would you like to try it again? You might understand better a second time. You know what? Thank you. One was plenty. I didn't mean right now. Trying again straight away is forbidden. That would break the third rule. Waste no time. You're dehydrated, too, so another talk with a cathedral would probably turn you into a mummy. A wrinkled raisin. This town continues to astonish me. The polyhedron, the cathedral, the still water. What other wonders do these buildings house? I'm just the caretaker. That, you should ask one of the Onirotechs. Shut up, Daniel. What are the Onirotechs? The Onirotechs are a team of architects who made the town. Farquaad built from Shrek? Farquaad? Built the cathedral and the Stillwater both. Yulia Lyrichieva planned the streets. Their leader was Simon Kane. So, you knew Simon? Why aren't you answering? The visit to the cathedral has exhausted you. That's to be expected. Don't forget to drink some water. Unfortunately, almost all the Onirotechs are dead now. Only Yulia I'm gonna get it. I promise you, Yulia, I will learn it. And I'm gonna try right now real hard. Lyuricheva. Liurichev it is, then. Thank you. Thank you. The cathedral has stood closed for days, singing its grief. I'm glad we could finally open its doors again for the few who wish to enter. Why was it closed? The cathedral was mourning the death of one of its creators, Simon Kane. During that period, it closed its doors to all the living. But why did it open them for me today? I'm alive, aren't I? I cannot know that. Perhaps the cathedral saw something in you and decided to let you in. Huh. I don't understand any of that, but thank you anyway. New decree idea. Stopping time? Halt the town clocks? What? How is that going to work? Yulia Liuricheva. Liu Richeva. That's where we're going to go. Break it down before you have a breakdown. Is the last of the urban planners team. She might know something about the cathedral. Okay, so they have that going, and honestly, a bit of water wouldn't go amiss. But we are going to go to the polyhedron, because I would love to know what that's about. But not before I kick this watering fountain.
Vibrant.
Thank you.
Everything's so vibrant.
Are you guys blocking the way? Oh, sorry. Remind me to tell you about why Hunchback of Notre Dame is my favorite Disney movie. Incredibly pivotal to our playthrough here. Hello, dogheads. Where do you think you're going, old man? You can't go in there. Only kids are allowed through. Old man? I'm 20. Oh, if you're... Shut up, game. I'm fine. I'm young at heart. I mean, I'll be right and true. I simply cannot believe it exists. When I saw it from a distance, I thought it was an optical illusion or something. Where did this polyhedron come from? What's holding it up? Lots of things. Kind words, poems, ditties, lullabies, tears, hazelnuts, burgers, beetles, ants, dead folks, mom's hugs. Is it the warp? Is it all the emotions that are surrounding the void? Dad's yelling, rainwater, gooseberries. Gooseberries, that's not a word. You made that up just now. So you don't know what's holding it up. Oh, come on, we just told you what, scatterbrain? Memory's not what it once was, huh? Do you need to hear me say it again? Okay, thanks, kids. You just Jesus, Daniel. Plus, you're too much of a sourpuss for anybody to, be like, unless it was a pity... Anyway, no, there's no need. I got that part about the kind words and the gooseberries, but that's not what I was talking about. It's creaking. Can you hear it? I can't be the only one. It does that all the time. We're used to it. When we play pirates, we pretend it's a mast creaking in the wind. Yar! And what if the polyhedron falls over? Who built it anyway? I don't suppose it's just assembled itself out of straw and sunlight. It didn't. The genie built it. The genie built from a bottle. The genie from the bottle. The great genie. The great genie! The king of bottles! Look, I'm glad you were having fun, but I was asking a serious question. Who finds answers and miracles at the bottom of a bottle? A genie! Does he have a name? What kind of stupid question is that? Everyone has a name. But you're both named Doghead. Oh, no, you're Toby. I'm sorry. Oh, egg on my dog face. Poor old man. Already his brain's not doing too good. Okay, that was uncalled for, but fair. I mean, alright, yep. Here, have a hazelnut. Okay, I'll try a different approach. Where can I find this genie of yours? Ugh, and you are off to a promising start. I thought you figured it out. Give the hazelnut back. Where do you think genies live, old man? Wherever there's lots of bottles. The pub, then. But I've already been there. Not a genie in sight, just Andrew Stamatin. And he literally told you he built this thing, Daniel. I mean, he literally said that he built it. He told you he built all of the polyhedrons. Why are you forgetting in this just... We were there! We had this conversation twice! Because the game saved in a weird way. Alright. Sure, Stamatin. That's our genie's name. But he's not Andri. He's the other one. The mirror image. Oh, you mean his brother? Alright, I see. Thank you. I'll go drop by his house. Bingo! Bravissimo! Genie us! The old man solved the riddle. Congratulations! Sadly, you didn't earn a hazelnut this time. Here, have this metal spring instead. A consolation prize. Thank you. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Kid, you heckin' lied to me! Oh, but you did give me some hazelnuts, which I'm actually genuinely happy about, so that I can go ahead and get some... Wow, those kids drove me insane. Sorry. Hi, I have more hazelnuts. I would like recipes, please. What is this? Reagent? Yes, definitely. Uh-huh. And... do you accept? You do not. Dang it. I need one more hazelnut. If only I had been that much smarter. Okay, I need to calm the heck down. And I do see some blue. So I'm going to go ahead and interact with it. Jeez Louise, Daniil is super freaking fast. Hello.
Tired of this noise.
It's adorable. And what do we have here? A gramophone? What do we got? Everyone wants the key to my cellar. Uh-huh. Yep. Good. Nice and depressing. Just the way I like it. Alright, that's enough. Okay. Oh. What? Oh, it must be the next day. Yes. I wasn't done yet. I must have wasted a lot of time. What? I'm in the theater. Okay.
Smart, intelligent, logical, but so very fixated on whatever he deemed important. We wouldn't even allow the possibility that he could miss something. He failed to understand what kind of place this is, what soil. He only noticed what was convenient, so we mostly left him alone. I sympathized.
Can you hear me?
I need to be in 2 places at once. 3 places. Otherwise, it's all for naught.
Can you hear me? Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so this event is definitely playing on Daniil's erudite training and his inflexibility to expand his mind. Eva, can we talk? We can. But before I get to you, I just want to see, because if I remember correctly, my laboratory is over here. Mix medicine and concentrate. Alright. This is where I set up my laboratory. On one side, the reagents. A set of reagents for analysis. Okay, and I need to study the compound that's killing the town. Also, there's a set of chemical synthesis. I can't synthesize antibiotics, but... Now, as for the prototype, this is a charging station for the prototype. The day will come when the charger for this device will be smaller than a suitcase. An apparatus for experiments. Perhaps I can obtain the first vaccine sample. And returning to the reagents, I think that's enough. We should get to work. Alright, what do I have? Not available at the end of day. Okay, well, I'm glad I had that moment. Eva? Eva, I think I'm experiencing, life.
Quiet in Thanatica.
You had 12 days. Not so many, but enough. One more has passed. The town shifts.
5 years ago, when the disease arrived for the first time, people feared the unknown. Now they fear what they know all too well. What do you think is more frightening? The unknown or the inevitable? I would say, personally... I mean, there's no sense in being frightened of the unknown. I mean, it should be the area of absolute potential. But the inevitable? Well, there's no sense in being afraid of what has come to pass. I mean, if you can't stop it, then at least you know that you were powerless to it, so best to just accept it and move forward. But I also don't want to be a jerk to Eva. So I'm going to go ahead and say the inevitable. You're a visitor. You didn't see the first outbreak. The plague is an unfamiliar evil to you. It hasn't stood before you at its full height, and so you're not paralyzed by terror like those who've already faced it. They all believe that if you take the helm, we'll slip through the reefs. They shouldn't. I can't do everything alone. I told the governor myself that setting up a hospital was our first priority, but I never managed to make it happen. I'm forgetful too. The more important the task, the more certain I am to forget it. But you're different. You'll be mad at yourself because of that. Yeah. I will be, and actually I kind of already am, that I feel like I wasted too much time. I should have made a decision. I mean, I was already told about the theater. I should have just gone with, I don't know. But I have time powers. Maybe I can go back and do it much more efficiently. It would have been so wonderful if you arrived earlier, in summer or even spring. We'd gaze at the stars, reminiscing about how the Stillwater never became an observatory. We'd wander the streets. I'd show you my favorite yards. Eva, I didn't know you were allowed to leave the house. I'm being serious. I thought there was like something that was compelling Eva to stay at the Stillwater, but I'm probably just misremembering. But you came in autumn, in time for the plague, so the stars and the yards will have to make room for business. You found such lovely words to call me a slacker. For the stars and the yards to return to anyone at all, the town must survive first. All right. Thank you for the amalgam, Eva. I wonder... Well, first off, let me review my decrees, because... not available at the end of the day. Can I at least review? No, dang it! Whatever. I screwed up. But either way, I would like to see the past. And I want to start at the beginning of today. Right. The glass tower has a suitable location for the hospital. We have unlucky Peter Stammeted is not an easy man to find. At least I failed to find him. We're at the beginning of the day for day 3. What I want to do is establish a hospital as soon as possible. But I don't know if I've been given the power to make decrees now. But you know what? We're going to give it a shot. Hello. We're back at it. Yes, in which the bell tolls. Day 3. Okay, I can do decrees. Great. I have plenty of supplies here. So what we're going to do is protection from Shabnak, which reduces contagion. Minus 15 contagion. Stopping to halt the town clocks. Well, the unrest is fine. It's the contagion that I'm worried about. So I'm going to go ahead and... How many patrolmen do I have? 25? We'll just do basic protection from the Shabnak. Great. Alright. Then we have Sabarov's assignment. So, yes. So the church... I can't take Vlad's vaccine from the town and give nothing in return. Alright, so while I'm here at the beginning of my day... What? Memories. Items only exist in days where they were found. When changing days, they remain in the clock. Alright. Ah, yes, this is all my stuff from day 3, which I had. Let me go and see if I can analyze... Eva? Hello. Sorry, I thought your feet were purple, like you had hand and foot disease. Which would be really sad, Eva, if you had cancer. Well, it's not necessarily cancer. I'm pretty sure it's a side effect from chemotherapy. Anyway, pharmacies are closed and supplies are running out, but with my equipment, I'll be able to create almost anything I need. What I need is... Alright, so this is where... Yes, I remember everything. Alright, I just need to analyze the suspicious potion. So let's examine it. It looks like beef stew. A disgusting mixture of fat clumps, plague-stricken tissues, and dirty herbs for smell. Might have help a stepworm, but will harm a human. Alright. Oh, hello, Pawn. Greetings, esteemed doctor. Adrian's my name. Heard you were looking for volunteers, and I was the first to sign up on the spot. As an orderly mind, not a bruiser. Want to mend, not break. I asked Heron to send a volunteer to the Twirene Den. Is that you? I've just come from the pub, Doctor. No easy feat to get in there. Stamerton's barricaded the place like he's expecting a frontal assault, which has happened before, I'll mention. Yep, that's the Andrea I know all right. Just yesterday, Coulon cavorted like a weak F, but now she's not feeling well at all. Shivering to her very bones, fever spiking sharply. I harvested her step blood with all possible precautions. Poked her poor arm all over. Won't matter too much to her soon, anyway. Pawn, that's... okay. Alright. You did a bad job. Did you at least do it in a sterile manner? Because if you did, then you did fine. But if you didn't, then I have more things to be mad about you. Okay, so cerebral spinal would be better, but blood is cerebral spinal fluid? Why would cerebral... Daniil, it's an infectious disease. Alright, why would you need cerebrospinal fluid? Does the disease manifest itself into having a... What type of no. Why? No. Blood is fine, okay? You could do a lot with blood. You could check on, you could have part of it to check on, like, whether or not the infection actually affects, like, the immune system with a complete blood count. You can use it to check, like, the organ levels or various enzymes to determine whether or not the heart or the kidneys are damaged. And you can also grow cultures from it. But cerebrospinal fluid, the best thing for cerebrospinal fluid is a volume-based concentration, so you can understand... you know what? No. We're going into this too deep. Okay. You know what? Let's just say, so I was right. Was Coulon isolated from other visitors? How was it transmitted is still unclear. They locked her up tight in the back rooms. Here's her blood. Still warm, too. That doesn't matter. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What will you do with it, Doctor? You're not going to make the townsfolk drink it, are you? They don't go much for that approach round here, though those savages in the termitary might have done worse. Oh, so we suspect. What? No. No need to take your shoes off. On the brink of a major I'm signing an important decree now soon. To enforce it... Alright, so yes, I'll likely need everyone available. Okay, so let's go ahead and analyze your blood sample. Just kidding, that was a joke. You're an idiot for believing that I knew what I was doing. Can I actually craft a vaccine? A new first attempt. Vaccinate the population with the experimental drug from the emergency authority in the right hands. So, I have made, yes, killer doctors. Dr. Vlad Jr.'s mistake was giving people either a placebo or an unattenuated bacterium. Whoever gets lucky. The organism that fought. I received samples from a sick herb bride. Her antibodies are what the town needs. Time to brew a real vaccine. Crude and rough, but the first vaccine sample is ready. Dozens of orderlies await the order to distribute it. I just need to issue a decree. Saburov is tasked with finding a suitable building. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to go run upstairs real quick and see what this new decree is. Hello. Okay. Nope, I don't want day 4. I want it on day 3. Okay, so what do we have? Stopping time, quarantine, first attempt. Okay, so I can do this one. Or actually, let me remove this. So now I have enough orderlies. So first attempt, minus 50 medicaments, that's fine. Minus 125 contagion. But it will increase the unrest, which is fine. And in order to compensate for the unrest, I wish... So it's at 20. And if it goes over 100, that's when we have problems? Okay, so let me just do something real quick to countermand the unrest. We can halt the town clocks. Yes, that seems... But it's 150 unrest, and we're already starting out pretty badly. So maybe it's a couple of, I don't have enough patrolmen for all this. Yeah. Actually, wait, I can do both. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll do... Yes, we're stopping the town clocks. So, halt the town clocks, yes, and then we have that. So, that's quite a few things. So we have minus 50 contagion. We should be pretty good pace. So, at least if it sticks to this, then on days 3 and 4, we should be relatively in the clear, unless something absolutely horrible happens. Which it might! Which it very well might. Okay. Now, we go back and we try to find... I don't have any items, do I? Not terribly. I was trying to get a bullet. Hello, Heron. Right. Now I need to explore a few other twist the bones. The sand pest drains every sinew. Prompt moans to deliver its mercy. So it looks... We're just sweeping around the corpse, are we? Wait a minute, you're the... Wait, you're the cathedral caretaker. A man lies here. He's brought you time. Accepting his gift will be an act of mercy. Who are you? I watch over the cathedral and its grounds. So... What are you doing here? You need to take away this man's time. His name is Leonti, and his hours are numbered. He's clinging to them tooth and claw, but he won't be able to keep them. There are medications that can help him release his grasp. What is this man even doing here? He was looking for healing, but he's collapsed at the threshold. His time is all but up. Time this, time that. You just keep repeating the word. A man is suffering. A man is suffering because he's trying to hold on to his last few minutes. If you relieve him of hope and pain, he'll die peacefully, and those minutes will be yours. All right, so real quick, Led says, this kind of reminds me of a game with some time things. Have you heard of Blades in the Dark? Well, let me tell you about Blades in the Dark. You see, have you ever played, oh god, what was that game? Anyway, Blades in the Dark, absolutely wonderful tabletop gaming system. One day, I hope to actually, give myself a try in it. It's super lovely. There's an inside joke amongst me and my friends how I'm so excited to actually try a round of it, but we never get around to doing it. However, believe me, don't even get me started. I'm always down to talk about it. It is super cool. So thank you, Led, for that comment. I'll remind me later to... Alright, so 2 things you have to remind me of. 1, remind me to tell you why The Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of my favorite is literally my favorite Disney movie. And 2, let me tell you all about Blades in the Dark. And 3, let me tell you all about this concept for Blades in the Dark, where it takes place in the world of the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Just to tie it all together. Actually, hold on. That would actually be pretty cool. Oh my god. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. That could work. That could work real well. All right, hold on. I'm gonna put a pin in that one, and I'm gonna save that for my personal use. But for those of you who want to make a Count Frollo-esque Blades in the Dark session with your friends, you're welcome for the inspiration. Okay. To relieve someone's pain, I need a correct dosage of medicine. No more, no less. The cathedral's machinery is working. I have some medicine on me. Take it. The cathedral's machinery? Our cathedral produces time. It also allows someone to capture it. And if I could save time in a bottle, the one thing that I'd like to do is euthanize this guy on the ground. Okay, it also... you know by now there's a lever inside. It allows you to mend amalgam vessels when they're broken. Oh, that's curious. I felt something crack inside me when I... Oh, you won't believe me. A body has blood vessels. This is true. And also amalgam vessels. This is less known to us in the medical field. The former carry your scarlet past, while the latter carry your silver future. Didn't you know that? I don't think you know how blood works. Yeah, I think... You know what? Yeah. Okay, you know what? I want to give you a witty retort. There's clearly an immense experiment happening in this town. It's not scientific to reject inexplicable phenomena, just rigid. I only explained mercy to you. You don't have to show it. If euthanasia is not just merciful, but also useful to me, I should certainly consider performing it. You can find dying people in plague districts. They're lying on the ground grieving their fate and refusing to accept it. Find them and take their time. Okay, how do you know all this? I'm the cathedral's caretaker. Such a strange town you have here. So you gave me taurine and valerian extract. Let me take an examination. Can't save everyone. The unused time these unfortunates may yet be utilized. I only need to find the correct dose of apathy-inducing drugs before their hearts stop beating. I can only extract amalgam if the patient dies a painless death. With too high or too low a dose, I could cause myself harm. Alright, let's see here. I need to go right in the sweet spot right here. So, if we do that... let's see, he's at 80, and we're at 120. And this does... So, that's 120. So let's go ahead and say that it is, in fact, 60. Let's do that, and we are in the sweet zone. Okay. I don't know how I feel about what I've just done. Hey.
There's so much of the world.
Hi, a man lies here. He's brought you time. Accepting his gift will be an act of mercy. Wait, no, this again? So what are you doing here? Are you wasting my time? What is this, man? Yes, I already had this conversation with you. I thought you would add something new, considering that I literally just killed somebody in front of you. No. Amalgam vessels? But yes, I think I missed that. Okay. There we go. Yes, yes. How do you know all this? Such a strange town you have. Alright, great. Okay. Alright. I suppose... I don't know. I'm not technically opposed to the idea of euthanasia, provided that all other options have been exhausted. We already discussed the cathedral. What do you have here? One of the possible locations for the hospital. That's the theater. And, alright, so let's check out this last area. So, the theater is a distinct possibility. That's fine. Okay, we'll go north, and then we'll go all the way to the right. So the theater is a distinct possibility for the hospital. Oh, great. This game has anti-vaxxers. Oh, Christ. Okay. So, oh, this is going to be a pretty easy and straight shot, even though I have to cross the entire freaking town to do it. I don't... Why? Oh, hello, pantsless one. Why do you insist on snooping around here? Did I make it clear you'd be devoured? You know what? Calm down. I know what I'm doing. We've already had this conversation. There's a focus of infection here that I need to find. The louder the sound, the closer I am. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it today. Today's the day...
What a thing to imagine.
Today is the day that we find out. Okay, the sound. It sounds like a heartbeat. Okay, there you are. Go away. Alright. We are going. Okay, hello, Shabby. Go away. Let me kick this. Increase my mania so I can move just a hair faster. It sounds... Is it the heartbeat that I'm chasing? Two more. Is it the heartbeat? It must be.
Could see me now. They wouldn't have
Okay, well, actually, is that my exit? That is an exit. No, I didn't want to do that. Is it... Am I getting closer? Yes! Yes! A sample collection. This must be this is the key to victory over Shabnak. I must collect the spores from the ground in the prototype. Shabnak is not going to like this, but I shouldn't turn away or longer flee. Okay. I see you. I see you. It's empty. Okay. That's fine. I have enough time. I have enough time. I have enough time. Yes, I have enough time. Great. I got the sample to the still water. There is an alembic with a long beak in which I can prepare the charge. No time for the analyzer. Great. Hold on. Sorry, real quick. Yep. Okay, great. Okay, wonderful. Let me get the heck out of here. Excuse me. This is a dead end in a probably very literal way. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Shabby. Alright, where am I headed? I have no more charges left in my thing. I just go through this alleyway here and go north. Don't touch me. Excuse me. Yep. Okay, and then I just go straight north. And I'll have to remember before the end of business today, before the end of today, to create something for old Shabby Face. A lembric, I think it was. I'm actually genuinely, like, in all honesty, I am genuinely pleased that, I actually managed to find the hecking thing. I was terrified for the longest time I wouldn't be able to.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
And there was a huge component of the game that I was going to be missing out on due to, you know, my very clearly and obviously defined incompetence. Alright, so here we go. Skimmers. Save here now. I could use a little bit of calomel. I know I'm probably going through this like nobody's business. Hello. What am I looking for? Ah, yes, one of the places for the location of the hospital. Hello, child. It's just all the way down the area. That isn't... It's slightly Cyrillic and also runic? Shaniki? What? Pesh... Why am I trying? Yeah, definitely not trying anymore. Oh, is that another corpse? Hello? No, you're alive. You're just sleeping. She's just sleeping. He's just sleeping, and my dog definitely went upstate to play with other dogs in a big farm for many, many years to come. What do we have here? We have a... What is this? What? What the hell? Where the hell am I? Some sort of apartment complex. A symbol of hope. The orderlies are true heroes. Vaccination is taking place here. Oh, good. So my vaccination mandates. Hello, all. Hey, what are you doing? You can't go wandering around here. I'm looking for ways to get inside. No entry. Big Vlad's orders. I just spoke... Do you know who I am? I am a barely recognizable YouTuber. I just spoke with him. He asked me to pass on your new orders, to let me inside the termitary. Do you think we're complete morons? Oh, okay, surely not. Just testing your vigilance. Keep up the good work. But seriously, how can I get inside the termitary? You can't. Don't make me say it again. Get lost. May I at least have your names, brave guardsman? What? Why do you want to know? For my report. When the town dies, there will be an investigation, a court-martial. And when they ask me, why didn't you open a hospital? I'll give them your names. What do you mean? What does that have to do with us? I'm trying to save this town, and you're getting in my way. We're not getting in anyone's way. We're just following orders. What is with... Okay. Daniel really likes his really terrible riddles. I assume something ass. I'm just gonna guess ass. But what if that order of yours is unlawful, and following it causes the death of the entire town? At least I'll be alive. Me. My job's simple. Standing here and guarding. Incredible. Is the world to go to pot, or am I to go without my tea? What? Are you nuts? What tea? What are you talking about? Get lost or I'll call for backup. Have you ever heard of anything about the banality of evil? Knock it off, smartass. We've already told you as nicely as possible. Those are the orders. What's not clear? Well, when you get infected and there's nowhere to treat you, you'll remember this conversation. All right. It got me a little bit aggravated, apparently. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to check out... So it looks like the only possible option, I believe, is the theater. So what we'll do is we'll go back... Oh, what is it? It's 3 in the afternoon. How long will it take me to get back to the Stillwater? I'll go to the Stillwater. I'll go back to the theater, get the theater on board, then go back to... I don't know. I mean, I might have enough time for that. I might have enough time for that. Oh, right, I have to follow this all the way through the town. Do we have any traders? No, we do not. I could absolutely use some... That was incredibly rude, kid. Didn't your parents ever teach you not to no-clip through people lying on the floor? I mean, my parents taught me not to wall hack, and I feel like that's really helped me out in a lot of serious jams. For some reason. Alright, don't tell me, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I already went... Gosh, dang it! Hi, Shabby. I'm back at it again. It's your boy. Alright, I don't know... Gosh, I don't have anything for this. Aside from a book of matches. Dang it. Okay, wait, is that... Yes, it is. Okay, here. Come on, baby, light my fire! Oh, is that it? Are we just done? Okay. Sorry. I wasted a perfectly good freak out for nothing. Now I'm embarrassed. Alright. Here we go again. What are you guys sneaking about for? Well, at least you... Oh, yep, good. You cleaned up the corpse. Thank you. Alright, now, I need to go and run an analysis on... Prepare the projectile. I've collected a sample from the plague's focus. I'll inspect it with my special lab equipment. Then I'll make a special mixture from it. and it'll be so very, very special. I'll load the mixture into the prototype, and perhaps it can clear out the focus of infection. Alright, great. So I have a sample. It breathes, but the breath is ever weakening. It will perish before the next day. So, yeah, I gotta make that happen immediately. Alright, so this is my one-time shot, I suppose. The focus of infection must be limited today while the projectile lasts. Okay. Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Professor Tellman, head of another lab. He was so very positive that every answer lay in the depths of one's psyche, and when the answers weren't there, Tellman would happily plant them. It would have been unforgivably stupid on its own, but even worse was the fact that I called him friend, and he summoned the commission on me. The rat. So, the plague has appeared to you in the form of an enraged woman? That's telling. Could you briefly describe the nature of your relationship with your mother, Dankovsky? What? Where's the inspector? It was determined during the investigation that you need psychiatric evaluation, so we can form a psychological profile. I agreed to draw it up because it's better if it's someone you know. Less outcry that way. What? No. Then, wait, why is it someone you know? Then what about impartiality? So, you're here to officially declare me insane. Not in the slightest. First, it isn't true. And secondly, even if it were true, I'm not sure I'd be allowed to declare you as such. Insanity, you see, absolves one of responsibility. Okay, well, I'm not telling you anything about my mother or father, and certainly not about the topic you're so interested in. You will inevitably do so, but I can work with a story told in hints, too. Let's approach this from a different angle. You collect a sample of some dirt from the ground in a plague-ridden district. You take it to analyze it, and that all seems perfectly logical so far, but then the analysis showed that the soil sample contained unusual cells, which I believe belonged to the sand plague. They were alive, but in a dormant state. To put it in layman's terms, they were asleep. That's not... I mean... Daniil, far be it from me to tell you how to do your job, but the correct answer in this particular venue would be either benign or inert. It's fine though, bud. We'll work on this together. So, it truly was a sample of the plague, a decisive step toward a vaccine. I managed to activate the cells using stimulants and tropical irritants. The result was a plague sample, but an unstable and extremely dangerous one. I'm ignoring that. I'm going to just ignore that. We're just going to move on. I could not administer such a thing to a patient. It wasn't weakened like a vaccine. It would have killed them outright. But you could still observe the cell's behavior. I noticed something curious. In the laboratory environment, the plague cells resorted to autophagy. In other words, they began devouring each other. I don't care what you know, guy. It's as if deep down the plague despises itself. What feelings does that image evoke in you? It was impossible to use that sample for a vaccine, but an unusual thought occurred to me. If the activated plague cells were devouring themselves, perhaps they could be used to create an antidote. Ha 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 ha. Look who's the idiot now, Moose. To create an antidote. Not for sick people, it would kill them. But for the infected Wait, what? That's a really good point. What are you talking about? You created an antidote, but not for sick people. So how is it an antidote? I mean, but it's not a vaccine because you say it would kill people. What are you talking about, Daniel? How would that even work? I mixed the activated cells with a base for a compound to be dispersed with my prototype. It created a caustic, aggressive reagent that was only good for a few hours. By applying it to a plague contagion epicenter, I could force it to devour itself and cleanse the district. Okay, we're entering some serious Star Trek levels of science right now. Okay, let's see. Like cure, so to speak. So you're saying the plague's greatest enemy is itself, and yet you stubbornly continue failing to see your own projections. Having loaded my... wow, Daniel's just ignoring me now. Having loaded my prototype with his cleansing agent, I headed back to the plague district to kill an enraged woman. To disperse the reagent at the infection's epicenter. It reduced the level of infection in the town significantly. You speak of your actions in a manner that sounds scientific, even professional. Okay. But there are witnesses who claim that you begin hallucinating a certain female figure in the infected districts, and saw you attack it. Don't deny it, Daniel. Well... Hold on. Sorry. There seems to be something that's... Maybe I knocked something loose? Hopefully everything sounds alright. I don't know, I keep getting a warning from my computer that something is connecting and disconnecting. Well, I haven't... Well, alright, well, let's see. If it all goes horribly, I'm sure all of you will tell me about it. I look forward to it. Okay. Okay, a local myth describes the plague as a step golem that supposedly pretends to be a woman. I simply adopted the imagery. You know, canonical killers, people in a manic state, have a certain behavioral pattern. They strive to kill bad people, often women, often marginalized, in order to cleanse the city. Let's see. Okay. Simple matter is, I dispersed the reagent at the focus of infection, and the rate of infection decreased. It's also been noted that on the first day after your arrival, the town was gripped by mass psychosis. The townspeople were killing stepwomen because they thought there was a murderous golem among them. Do you think this psychosis could have affected you as well? I don't remember anything of the sort on the first day. I just want you to realize, Daniil, why you're sitting here, why I wrote that note about you. You are a danger to yourself and others. You are driven by hallucinatory manias. It's not a sin, but you must acknowledge that you are not of sound mind. Only then can the healing begin. And by healing you mean lobotomy, right? I sincerely hope that when you release toxic gas at what you thought was a woman, it truly was just a cloud of plague cells. Stay strong, Denkovsky. We will overcome all of this together. I didn't harm anyone. Do you hear me? Well, except for that one guy that I euthanized. So maybe I might be telling a little bit of a Freddy fib there. I need more calomel. Desperately. Eva, do you have anything you want to tell me? No? What about your friend? She's not here either. Okay. Alright, so we did that. Alright, I am curious. So that's just hazardous. What is this? I created an anti-plague projectile. It'll expire tomorrow. Alright, yeah. We gotta try it. We went through all this trouble. It expires tomorrow. It's like a coupon. It's like extra care bucks at CVS. We need to use it before it expires. Okay, so how do I... Alright, so sort of thing... Now I need to find Shabnak. Once I find her, I must 3 to prepare the prototype to fire the projectile. I click to hit the plague with it and reduce the infection. I only have 1 attempt. The Shabnak is unpredictable, and I have only 1 attempt. Before taking a shot, I should immobilize it with a bonfire or the prototype. Well, I don't have any more rounds. And you are a child corpse. So what we're going to do is... Alright, so it looks like we might have to go off the beaten path. Except considering I don't have a path, all of the path is off the beaten path. What I need is... Yeah, okay, so we have a bonfire area here. Great. Hello, shadow people. I want to go... this way. There's a bonfire there. Okay, great. Good, I'm glad you're here. Where the... Okay, great. Yep. Follow me, young lady.
Okay. But you...
Did I do it? You subdued her for today. The town is recovering from the plague. She awaits you in other days. She will be stronger. Okay. Great. I have cleared the plague from this district. I am a decent doctor. Okay. Okay. We are back at it. So we go this way. Alright, so I've severely reduced the infection, and we're going to go back to the theater. And we're going to run through all of the stuff to make the theater my thing. The reason why I'm choosing the theater is because, let me see, what do we have? So I can't go into the cemetery. The church is weird. I can't go into the polyhedron, so that leaves me with only the choice. Stop it. Okay. Mark. Marky Mark and your funky bunch. I need you.
Actors are desperate, hungry creatures, ready to trade off mother and father for another round of applause.
Order to make the gallows. So you decided to drop the sense of humor. Buildings are like that. I'm afraid I'm in the mood for humor. I don't know if the order to the gallows humor, but I'm sure what form of capital punishment. Okay. Oh, so this conversation is now slightly different. Oh, sorry. I thought I was going to have to breeze through. No worries. So, you decided to drop by the theater. You've got a sense of humor, I'll give you that. I wanted to make a gallows humor joke, but I'm not sure what form of capital punishment we're practicing these days. I suppose I'll find out, unless I die of sandpest first. Oh my! You're in a dramatic mood today, aren't you? Quite the role you've chosen for yourself. About her. You know what? I'll come to him with humility. On my way here, I weighed my options about how to convince you. I thought of putting on pressure, of scaring you, but I'd rather be frank. I'm desperate. How moving! Your sincerity is disarming, but the theater is a place for spectators, not the sick. But if today there's no hospital, tomorrow there's no crowd. Make an investment in the audience. If they don't rest here, they'll all rest in a grave. And then who's all this for? And then we start quoting at each other. When the prompter silence, to hell with it. Helps you. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. I won't forget this. Good. So the... Yes. Great. Yes, hello, bird. If you have to look downtown, is this? Yes. I've already seen this. So no. The fabric is a dense weave. Yes. Please not make a scene, especially not the crowd scene. I need... Excellent. This is the kind of scene I need. We'll be using these costumes for prediction. Alright, great. I'm sorry, but sewing productive. Yes, great. Okay, good. So we already went through that as well. So we move on, and now I can go back to the town hall and tell them that I have done quite a few things. I need to kick a trash can. There it is. I'm feeling too sad. Need to kick a trash can for to normalize myself. Alright, so we'll leave through this way. We'll go back to the town hall and tell them all I have established... Well, I have found a suitable location for a hospital. Alright. Yep. Oh, there is a trader here. Okay, good. I need calomel. I need to drink it, or whatever it is I do with calomel. Put it in a tea. Sorry. I need to go a little bit faster. Need to go a little bit faster. There's a chance she might not even have calomel. So I'm not going to risk going too crazy with the crazy. Hold on. Yes, okay, right here. Where are you, bud? The hospital. Yes, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I need a... Yes? Do you trade? Who trades? Who is the one who trades in this impossible structure? Oh, you're in there. Okay. Nope. There you go, child. Just want to set you on fire real quick. There you are. Okay, great. I need... Do you have calomel? A maze... What the hell is that? Oh, you have twirine. Oh, very nice, child. I'm glad you have... No, too much. Too much. What is this? I just need one? Really? Ooh, you run a better deal than the other children. What do you have here? An herbal mixture and a reagent. But I only have 6. But I can give you... Yes, so this is what we're going to do. this, and then morphine. Great. Do you have something that's only worth 1? Cost 10. Cost 6. Cost 2. Cost 5. Cost 1. Tobacco to increase mania, but I already have taurine. This costs 4. You know what? No, this is fine. This is fine. Trade. We're good. Great. Excuse me. I need to do a couple things. I need to... What is this again? Universal medicine made of mercury chloride. God. Right. Amazing. Alright, and we're going to learn how to make reagents, which is super useful because I don't have too many for my prototype. And despite the fact that I killed the Shabnak today, or at least dispelled the Shabnak today, probably going to need to prepare myself to find more stuff for the thing, to do more of the stuff more often. You know what I mean, buddy? You sweep that mud. Alright, so let's go tell the leaders that I have done a lot of stuff to save their town. Hello, everyone. Hello,
My
Sir.
hands are bound. You're in luck.
Oh, it's just you. What's the point? Plans, like shadows, fade away with the setting sun. Yeah, your sudden pessimism is misplaced. Immortal agreed to give up the theater. The theater? I was rather hoping for a fortress. But perhaps the tragedy of our demise befits a bigger stage instead. You are just... Jesus Christ. You know, I don't think there is an issue with Sand Plague. I think there's an issue with not enough Lexapro in this town. No. I don't want them to object. The other buildings didn't meet my requirements, and their inhabitants are much less cooperative. The theater it is, then. I was the one who told you to consider it in the first place. Tell me what you need. No. We need people. The more, the better. Recruitment of orderlies is already underway. Excuse me, sorry. Some volunteers experienced the first outbreak, which I suppose is an asset. We're also looking for anyone with even minimal medical knowledge, in the hopes of finding competent assistance for you. Well, the disease needs to be studied. I need patients who don't succumb to the sand pest right away, like Stamatin's dancer. They look relatively healthy, but they carry the plague. Isidore developed a simple test for the sand plague way back when. Yes, I'll find the orderlies who are trained to administer it. You'll have your patients. I'll try to organize everything by tomorrow morning. Anything to stop this. I just hope it's not already too late. What do you think? Alright, you know what? We are making excellent progress, and we are organizing. I am going to say it. It's not too late, and you're doing the right things, Saburov. The town owes you. Day 2 is now available. Yes! Now I can tell more about the past. Alright, let's see what our mind map tells us. What kind of... Nope. Okay, so I decided to go to the theater as our hospital, and I got my work cut out. The town's authorities have been notified. The hospital will receive its first patients starting tomorrow morning. So starting day 4, I can start analyzing the plague. Is there anything fun? I can go back to the church and possibly restore more of my fate. But I think there are some points of interest left unexplored. Are there? You know what? Why not? Let's go to the church. It might be the last thing I do today. In many ways. Both, you know, both in and out of universe. Let's see here. Nope. Let me exit first. Alright. Yep. I'm doing great. I'm feeling fine. I'm kicking trash cans and running faster.
Do some quiet.
But I'm also losing health. That might have been a mistake, because I don't have enough for Calomel. Alright. Here we go. Let's go to... Yep, all the way over here, and it should be a pretty straightforward ride. Okay, good. I have enough time. Let's go to... the... cathedral. Oh, God. Yes. Oh, you again? I've had this conversation. You know what? Yes, it's rather quiet here. Tell me, do they hold services in the cathedral? No services. The cathedral services itself. I Okay, well, whatever, just keep it behind closed doors. A mass involves singing borrowed songs, and that is forbidden. Those are the rules. You speak of this cathedral of yours as if it's a living being. The living wastes time, while the cathedral produces it. See the difference? I've already asked things, so you've got a point there about wasting time. This perhaps is the most ludicrous conversation I've engaged in today. I better go. Bye-bye. Okay, I think I've already mapped out that mental. Okay, let's just hop in. Can I crank you? Can I crank it? Yes, you can. Can I crank it? Yes, you can. Can I crank it? Yes, you can. Alright, so what do we got? So, the stone yard landmark, yes, a bunch of nonsense, the caretakers all being all weird and stuff. I experienced something at the cathedral, which I cannot find a rational explanation for. Now, the caretaker's ravings don't seem so delusional. I need to question him again. Alright, great. Let me question the caretaker. Hello, bud. Yes, yes, my throat is dry, right about that. I've already had this conversation. I don't think... But I think I've wasted some time. That's right, the cathedral gives wasting time if it's just a bit. You witness the process of its creation, after all. That's the most important thing. I truly don't understand. How does it do that? Odd. It literally just showed you how it does that. And yes, I already had this conversation. You know, one time is plenty. This town continues to astonish me. Who are the Anirtex? Who do I find? On the ground at the cemetery. You can't miss his grave. It's the far most impressive. Is there a living architect in the town who can explain the cathedral's mechanisms to me? There's Yulia Liuricheva. I did it. I frickin' did it this time. The last living Anirtex. She's still in town, living in a mansion called the Trammel. Okay, why was it closed? Why did it open for me? I better go. Goodbye! Love you! Mwah. Okay, alright, so what do we have now? We can check out the Anirotect. So that's what we're going to do, actually. Let's go. Do I have enough time to do so? I think I might just barely have time to do it. Just might barely. Yes. Yep. Hello, people. Can I... no, I don't have time. I don't have time. I have to go talk to Liuricheva and see what she's about. And as much as I would love to be accosted by a group of people for my incompetence, I'd prefer not to. Okay, here we go. Hi. Oh, it's the town. Sort of. It has a lot more buildings in it than is actually oh, gosh dang it. Okay, nothing, something. Hey, Yulia. Hello again.
When I secluded myself in silence, the world around me got louder.
Do you have a cigarette by any chance? What happened here? Was your house searched? Robbed? My life's work has been taken from me. Does that count as robbery? Wow, sorry. That sounded a lot less pretentious in my head. Well, believe it or not, I understand completely. I'm going through the same thing right now. Are you? Yes, while I'm stuck here back at the capital, they're dismantling my research, and all I can do is watch from a distance. You speak of it so calmly, but if I were you, I'd be trudging along the railway track by now. Well, I'm a doctor, and I took an oath. And without me, this town will perish. Impressive self-importance. What brings you here to me? Well, I've been to the cathedral, and I was told that you're the one to talk to about what I saw here. The cathedral. You know, that's exactly what I thought you'd say. Why are you smiling? I was picturing what you might have seen. It would explain why you look so disheveled. I mean, that's true. And this is true in real life, too. I'm always disheveled. That's just my style. The caretaker told me the cathedral produces time? Ah, yes, the caretaker. The man with the fish eyes. Yes, damn, now that you've said it, you're right. Uncanny eyes, uncanny rules, don't sing borrowed songs, no wasting time, and so on and so forth. Nobody knows where he came from, which I find curious. Farquhar had said the cathedral itself created its caretakers. It sculpted him out of light and time. He's a kind of interpreter between the cathedral's language and ours. When you speak to the caretaker, you are speaking to the cathedral itself. Surely you're not being serious. You should meet Farquhar. He was like that. You could never tell if he was joking or not. When he and Simon conceived of the idea, he said he was going to create a space that produced time. We thought it was some kind of cryptic play on words, and yet, here we are, with a time-producing cathedral. Do you really believe it produces it? Of course not. I mean, not literally. Though, in a certain sense, every structure produces time. Well, have you been to the cathedral yourself? Have you actually set foot inside of it? I have, and I saw nothing. No miracles, but I'm an outlier. Farquhar said it was because I lacked faith. Consider the caretaker. According to Farquhar, he simply appeared at the cathedral one day. We talked about doing an experiment where we tie him up and drag him out of the town. Nope, that was a bad line read. We talked about doing an experiment where we tie him up and dragged him out of town to see what would happen. I think that's just drag him out of town and drag him out of town to see what happened. Separating caretaker from cathedral. And what happened? Nothing. Farquhar died and the experiment never progressed past a theory. Then the Canes ruined everything, like they always do. Wait, what? What do the Canes have to do with it? You must be new here. Anything in this town that pushes the limits of decency is done by the Canes or on their orders. If you're talking to a Cane, you're being manipulated. So you're better off not handing them any threads to tug on. Let's see. They must have done something to anger you, and recently. What happened? Imagine you were hired to do what you knew would be your life's greatest endeavor, and you devoted many years to it. Now imagine that your patron comes to you and says you've made a hash of things without explaining what, specifically, is wrong. They just show you the door. That's what happened to me 3 days ago. Well, cruel indeed. You have my sympathies. I relate more than many others would. They give you no explanation at all? Yeah, seriously. I mean, like, I was terminated for no freaking reason. Supposedly they wanted me to, and I quote, rise above myself, which I was supposedly incapable of since I was too rational. I'll concede that they rise above themselves all the time. It happens when your head's up your ass. Now they're demanding I leave, and I don't want to. This is my town. I'm one of its creators. Okay, I've only been here for 3 days, and my diagnosis is that the people who built this town must have been insane. But you don't come off that way. Quite the contrary. Why is that? I suppose you and I have different definitions of insanity. What has our town done to get on your bad side? I don't... Nope. No. It won't let me go. They're deciding the fate of my research, my life's work in the capital, and I'm trapped here. The town is locked down, and there are no trains out. And even if I found one, I couldn't drive it myself. Perhaps we could help each other out. Every one of our problems circles back to the Cane family. I think you're exaggerating the power influence. No, in fact, I'm understating it. But they can be outsmarted. I know things that they don't. For instance, I know a train driver, an Odon, who goes by the name of Boulder. With him, you'll have a chance of getting out of town. Do I understand correctly that we're making a deal here? You do. And I've already held up my end, which puts you in an awkward position. Shrewd, you really are a mathematician. Where can I find this Boulder fellow you mentioned? He lives in the Odon village, And they call him Boulder for a reason. Someone his size is hard to miss. You're clever enough to convince him to help you, and then you can help me. Right now, no one would dare go against your wishes. Put in a good word for me with the Canes. Convince them not to banish me. Well, Cricket, not only did we pay me for the opportunity, no, don't, shut up. I'm afraid I don't have that kind of power. Why would Georgie or Victor listen to me? I overheard the Canes talking about the imminent arrival of a renowned doctor from the capital. Your arrival was one of Simon's designs, part of the equation he was always working on but never solved. Or did he? Now they're putting their hopes for his return in you. Here and now, you can do anything. Alright, well, if he solved, there's a few punctuation issues here. If he solved it, they wouldn't need me anymore, and I don't enjoy being a variable in someone else's form. Your compliment misses the mark, but let's call it no. Yeah, alright, I'll talk to them, but I can't promise anything. Oh, that really freaked me out. Please tell me I have some sweet, delicious drugs just to even me out. Okay, an impossible feat. Alright, I think we've done everything that we could think to do for today. Yes, the Naira Tex, which is one of the most urban planners team. She might know something about the cathedral. Transcendent. The cathedral is not fit for human life. It is an envisioned device that produces time. Okay? So what I want to do is go back and see about... Yes, there's a few things that I could play at on the second day, because I believe I unlocked the second day. So, since I'm not going to use enough time, I think I'm going to go ahead and see the past. And we're going to go on to an earlier time. The dawn of the second day. Oh. Hello, Inspector.
I am concerned solely with the truth. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear.
Would you be so kind and grace me with your signature, Honorable Bachelor? Right here on this line, if you please. Can I at least read it first? What good are signatures if everyone's going to read the papers first? It's just a statement that you're speaking with me of your own free will, by your own desire, dare I say it, that you volunteered to tell me your sorrowful tale. You must be joking. What free will? They almost dragged me here in chains, for heaven's sake. But didn't you want to tell me about the second day? Just a reminder, I wasn't asking about it. It's you who insist that the events preceding the plague outbreak are crucial for understanding it. They are, but you're making it sound like I wanted this entire interrogation. Don't you? Don't you care what kind of impact Bachelor Dankovsky had on the nameless town on Gorkon? I do care about that. Wonderful. Now then, Day 2. According to witness testimonies, Bachelor Dankovsky desecrates the body of the deceased town sage and healer, heightening social tensions among the local populace. Wait, as a doctor, I don't desecrate anyone's bodies. It's called research. As far as I understand, it was in Isidore Barak's house that you discovered the first signs of, there's no official name for the disease yet. As you've correctly said it yourself an hour ago, this disease is yet unknown to science. It doesn't matter. You broke in. Don't interrupt. Fine. I'll rephrase. You entered Isidore Barak's house. With what purpose? Nope, that's wrong. It was Isidore who invited me to the town. I suspected his death might have been connected to Simon's murder. And you thought playing detective was more important than finding the source of a deadly disease? I couldn't have known about the epidemic on the second day. I don't believe that's true. Well, I don't believe you're interrogating me to uncover the truth. This is a mockery. Don't you have other ways to exert your power? You're so intent on seeing me as an enemy. I'm a scientist. I pick enemies of other middle-aged Homo sapiens with a healthy liver and pancreatitis. Further, given my venture guess significant exhaustion. Too much. I'm just going to say I didn't. Enough. We're wasting time. Have it your way. I'll close the report and pretend I know nothing. Tell me what you did on the second day, and what interests me most is not your detective games, but the origin of the plague. I hope you don't think I killed Isidore Barak. Of course not. That line of enquiry was the first I crossed off of the report. The murderer was suspected to be Isidore's own son, Artemy. His son didn't kill him. Can you just let me tell you about my findings? Artemy. Okay. Alright, so we do have a few leads to do onto the second day. Very nice. Day 2, which the Bachelor deserves the Earth twice. However, with that done, I'm going to go ahead and say that that will be the end of this playthrough for this evening. Again, a lot of cool stuff is happening, and honestly, I feel kind of good about the decisions that I made. You know, I managed to get a whole lot done on day 3, managed to find a hospital location, managed to find a way to stop the Shabnak on day 3, so that should reduce the amount of infection spreading. Like, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I genuinely didn't think I was going to be able to find the disturbed Earth, or the heart of the infection in the quarantine zone. Because, like, I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with my ears, but it said, like, listen for a sound. And it was just like, I heard a heartbeat, which I genuinely imagined would be what the source of the plague would be, considering that there is a whole lot of emphasis that the Earth beneath the town of Gorka, or Gormond. I literally just said it and I completely forgot. We're going to get back to that. Put a peen in that too. But yeah, obviously there is a lot of emphasis that the Earth below is alive and drinks blood and seems to be like some sort of beating heart underneath the Earth that is slowly dying, which is causing the sand pest to come up. Again, there's still early stages, so I could be oh so very wrong. But, you know, but the point is, I followed the heartbeat, I found the source, I got the thing, I did the stuff, and then I did it correctly. I'm feeling very proud of myself for that. And it feels like we did everything that needed to be done on day 3. I could be wrong. I don't know how many times we're going to be revisiting the past, but day 3 feels incredibly well done, in my opinion. So, a lot more to discover, a lot more to take in. On day 2, it looks like we're going to be going back before the plague and outbreak even really, truly happened. So, we're going to be checking to see who the killer of Isidore Barak is. I believe Sticky, that was the child lockpicker in Isidore Barak's, who was trying to get into Isidore Barak's study. That's where they, day 2 is where they said they witnessed the murderer fleeing Isidore Barak's place. So, maybe, you know, we'll be able to find that out more in the next episode. So, thank you everybody for joining me of this playthrough. The next time we're going to be doing this again is going to be next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we continue with part 5, continuing on to day 2. So, just as a bit of housekeeping, on Thursday we will be playing Menace, a brand new playthrough now that I have learned quite a bit more on how to do it, so I will not be mass murdering my own forces again. Should be exciting and fun. And I do have a large project that I've been trying to push through. Hopefully you'll be able to see that sometime tomorrow. So, I think that's all the housekeeping. Again, you know, at some point in the future, I feel like there was a lot of items that I was going to get back to talk about today, but, well, I done plumb forgot. And I also, ran out of time. But either way, thank you so much for joining me this evening. This was a genuinely fun episode. I feel like we got a lot accomplished. Very, very good. I can't wait to play it again next Tuesday, and I definitely hope to see you all then. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good night, and bye-bye.